What's going on, guys? It's Craig Take 360. Today we're going to talk about this Anysun Sewer Snake. Alright guys, first and foremost, thank you for clicking on this video. Make sure you like and subscribe and let's get into it. So this is the Anysun, however you want to pronounce it, A-N-Y-S-U-N, Sewer Snake. Now, we got this because obviously we didn't have one here where I work and we needed one, so we kind of got to looking around, checking, kind of looking at the prices. I mean, these things range anywhere from $200 or $300 to, you know, thousands of dollars. So we didn't really want to go with the cheapest one, but we also didn't need to go to the most expensive one because we use it, but we don't use it a lot. You know, we may use it maybe 6 or 8 times a year, running, snaking out lines, see if it's clogs, whatever it may be. Now, I will say, like I said, this was like mid-grade, kind of in the middle. I think this is about $500 or $600. Found it online from a company, and I do see some reviews online. But I'm going to go ahead and make one as well just for you guys, just so you can kind of see my perspective and my take on this thing. So we're going to go ahead and bring you guys in a little closer. We're going to go over everything that's in this case. All right, so here we are. Now we're going to start with the cable. Now this is the cable that you'll use for the snake and this and that. And the most common question people ask is this cable durable? Now, this cable is pretty durable. It's a pretty stiff cable, so when you run it down a pipe, it's not going to bind up or jam up or anything like that, which is really obviously what you don't want. So this cable is pretty stiff. Now, the main thing you don't want to do, obviously, on this particular cable, I don't know if the rest of them are like this or not. So the main thing is you do not want to bend this thing over 90 degrees. And it does also say right here on the little tag, it says do not bend cable over 90 degrees, or you can't snap it and damage the camera wires on the inside. So like I said, it's a pretty stout cable. So, but like I said, you don't want to bend it too much. So let's set this aside. Let's continue on with what's on the inside here. This is going to be the cable that runs from your controller to the cable reel. And then we've got these little pieces right here, which I like this little guy. This is a thing of rollers, and what it is, you mount it on the camera, and you can put it on the snake, and you can just walk it down the pipe. All these got little wheels on it, and you can adjust it pretty much however you want. You can slide the camera, which is this little guy. You slide the camera into it, and you tighten it down with the little Allen screws, and you can take it, like let's say, oh well, I've got like a 4-inch pipe or a 6-inch pipe. So you can take this thing, open it all the way up like that, and you can pretty much just push it and it'll walk on that pipe and roll pretty easily. So that's a good thing about this little guy. Then the camera itself, like I said, the camera itself, it's got a little thing right here, spring loaded, where you're spring, so where like if it does go around the corners, it can flex a little bit. The end of it has, it's obviously got the camera on it. I don't know how well you can see that. It's got camera. It's got a ring of lights on it, which you can adjust the lights on it. So if you're in really dark pipes or dark spaces, you can turn it up, but you can also adjust it so it's not like when you turn it on, it just washes out the screen on here and you can't see nothing. It's like, everything's white, I can't see nothing bright, the lights are too bright. You can actually adjust it. So there's those, and then you got these little rubber boots that also go on you can put on the camera if you choose, depending on how you want to use it. It comes with 2 of them, and you use like little bumpers you can put on there. It comes with a memory card. So you can have more storage, you can record what your findings are, I guess, to show the people or your clients or whatever that you're doing work for. It also comes with your regular standard charger. This is the controller. This is all your power, and you got a remote for it, so you can also control little odds and ends settings with the remote. Little protection caps, and then down here, you may not be able to see it, but right in here, down at the bottom, there's a battery box. And that's where your battery storage is. And there's 2 ways to charge this thing. You can either take the whole battery box out, plug it up and charge it, or you can set this whole thing near a plug and you can plug it inside of here, and it'll charge your batteries as well. All kind of depends on how you want it done. And then you hit right over here, put this up, and then there's your screen. Now it also comes with a little visor, so if you're outside and the sun's beaming down, that'll help kind of block the sun so you can see it a little better. It does have different little odds and ends menu settings, and we'll go through those here in a second. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and go through what's on the controller itself. Now, the controller itself, you got your function knob, you got the charge. So if you're gonna charge it, go ahead and put it over on charge, or you can put it on off. You can put it on where it runs on battery or on auxiliary. Now, I've never used on auxiliary, and I'm assuming that's going to be on, but you're running on the power of this power plug right here. You get plugged up. So once you do that, then you got this knob here, which is your light adjustment. Okay, that cranks the brightness up when you get brighter, dimmer, however maybe it goes. This plug is the plug that your cable plugs into, that also runs out to your snake cable. So we'll leave that undone for now. We don't really need that. You do have your battery indicator right here, so it shows you how much battery you have left. So you're not just out there like, oh, you know, I hope this thing's gonna last. No, it's gonna show you. So if you're dead, you're gonna know it. You've got different menu settings, and so you can also control all these menu settings, all the menu buttons that are on the screen. You can also control them from here. So if you don't want to try to, you know, fiddle around with the buttons in here, you can fiddle with them in here. And on the menu screen, you got those different little settings, like let's say for instance you go to put this camera in a pipe, and let's say it gets flipped upside down. Okay, well, the video is going to be upside down, but there's a setting you can go in there and you can rotate the video so your camera's back upright and you can still see what you're doing. You can adjust the darkness on it, the brightness on it through here. There's a bunch of little odds and little adjustments you can make to help you out, you know, seeing, you know, in the like in through the pipes and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and hook everything up, and then we'll go from there. All right, so now that I have it hooked up, as you see, automatically the lights come on, and you can adjust this knob right here. You can turn them down, whether dim, you know, kind of dark and bright, however you want it. So it does, you can adjust them, and so that's how that's going to work. All right, so this is hooked up. So as you see, it does have good clarity. It does have good color. The only issue I will say that I have ran into this, and I know it's a sewer snake, but the issue I have had snaking sewer lines is that once you get it into the water, it doesn't see very well. It does get a little blurry. Sometimes when you're pushing it through the lines, you know, it's easy for toilet paper to get hung up on the camera. It's easy for toilet paper to get hung up in the wheels of the little roller I showed you earlier. Now, if the water's pretty clear, like if it's just like a sink drain or sink line, stuff like that, you'll probably have pretty good luck with it. But like an actual, like a toilet sewer line where there's toilet paper and other things that are in this line, you're not really going to see very well. It does get blurry, it's cloudy, and it's kind of useless in my opinion. Now, other people, they may love it and may work out great for them, but from what we have and the issues that I've used it for, it's okay. But let's go ahead and go through the menus on the screen here, and I forgot y'all can see me on there. So we're gonna go on here and we're gonna show you what's going on. All right, so we're gonna go down here, we're gonna click menu, and first one up, you got brightness, you got contrast, you got color, you got mode, so you can go from a 16.9 to a 4.3 frame. It can kind of depend on what you want. Obviously, the smaller the frame, it'll help you save on your memory card. Brightness, contrast, color, frame. T-Con is LTD, RTD, RU, which I'm not 100% what that is. Oh, there we go. So that is your screen rotate. That's what that is, maybe. Yeah. So that is your screen rotate. So if, like I say, your camera goes in upside down, you can go like that, or you can go like that, and basically reset it to where you can see on the display itself. Mirrored effect, I'm not 100% sure. I never could get that button to do anything, so I don't know what that is. Okay, so mirror just pretty much the same thing, just rotates it around. So let's go back here, T-Con, leave it like it is, and that's it. So that's pretty much the settings that you have. They're pretty basic settings like color, contrast, so forth and so on. It just makes it easier for when you're going to the pipe and let's say you're like, you know what, I can't tell if that's something red, something green, whatever it is, whatever. You can adjust the colors, contrasts, things like that, so you can see it a little better, a little bit clearer. Which also could be one of them things that you can adjust to see better in water, to see better, you know, when you're running through stuff, whatever. But yeah, that's my take on this whole ordeal. And so yeah, I mean, that could help you with that aspect, or just in general, if you like a lot of color, if you don't like color, so forth and so on. All right, guys, so that is my little take on the Anysun Sewer Snake. I know there are some other videos that are floating around out here on YouTube that some are a little more in detail, some of them aren't as much in detail. So this is kind of just my take on it. If you have any questions in particular about this thing, let me know. I'll do my best to get back with you guys. I'll comment below. Just general questions, you know, how to do this or does it do that? Have you ran into this and have you used it for this or that yet? And just feel free to ask and I'll do my best to get back to you guys. And until next time.